All right, Around the Ground Saturday wrap up with myself, Billy, and Glenn. We're talking all points real estate today, and I'm going to be giving you the things you need to know on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, well, firstly, Billy, I like what you've done to your place. you know, we're working from home this afternoon, and you've really improved it, Billy.
Well, we were just talking about what you can do with a few drop sheets, and don't let you living or in the property or someone else living in the property stop you from painting. You can still do it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, what year did you buy your first property?
2021.
2021, beautiful one bedroom in Mossman and big enough with a grand piano.
It's true. We were just saying, I was saying to Glenn, should I put a rainbow backdrop with some treasure at the bottom of the rainbow? Because I think we've reached the bottom of the market.
Well, open numbers. If we look at our numbers, each week they're gradually coming back. I think I averaged for units in DY, 2 of them were off market, 2 on market, around 8.7. Some of the buyers did feel like a 0.7 today. So,
well, I did hear you talking to an owner, and it was interesting to hear your sort of range. So 0 to 5 groups would be.
Oh well, it all depends. Houses, are getting up to 30 groups, especially something that's right in that core young families or the family home market where someone's transitioning from their first property. Could be a unit, could be some form of strata townhouse, and moving into a house in the Northern Beaches. We see properties like that somewhere from 1.7 to under 2 million. They'll be getting 30 groups through. Probably in the peak of the market, one could be looking at 40 groups through those properties. However, at the peak of the market, those properties are 2 million plus. So open numbers in general were up today. New listings. What did we put on? What was the property you thought this is a great one? I think we saw 6. We see all our new properties on Monday. We saw some on Monday. What was the one you liked the most, Billy?
It was actually one of yours, Glenn.
Oh, you're so kind.
And I don't say that just because you're standing next to me.
You're so kind.
But yeah, insane sort of value when you look at it. A new building, so there's not a cent to spend. You actually still get some tax depreciation on these things as well.
Yeah, sure.
But this is a 1-bedroom plus study. It really fills the gap between a 1 and a 2 bedroom. Having that extra room, which could be a guest room or a great study, or you're a young couple and
you could put a piano in there.
Plan to have a family, you can put your piano or a baby in there. But that's guiding 710,000 in DY. It's a favourite.
Yeah, I thought that was those sorts of properties. When I first started in real estate, I worked in the inner west of Sydney, and we had a different variety of homes than what we do on the Northern Beaches. So we started off, obviously we had apartments and townhouses, but we had semis. So it's like a house with a wall down the middle. We had single front homes, so there's a door and one window. We had 3/4 front homes where the door's on the side and there's 2 windows at the front. And we had the home that everyone aspired to, which would be a Federation style home. And it was a double front. So you had 2 windows. 2 windows means you had 2 rooms and a door at the front, the central corridor right down the middle. And all the homes that weren't double fronts, when the market was low, was hard to sell. When the market booms, because people get priced out, they're absolutely gold. And I think the 1-bedrooms and studies would do very well. Lisa Novak spoke at your night the other day, the first home buyers night, which was very good. Hats off to you. And she did say, look for those extra rooms, look for those extra spaces, because in a real boom market, in a real bullish market, people are looking for those rooms that they can have an overflow bedroom, or they can work from home because they can't reach a 2-bedroom unit or a 3-bedroom house. So look for those things. We also, a big highlight this week, we went to the Joss Teslin conference. Amazing event. And the great Lisa Novak, Queen of Novak, was speaking there. To a lot of fanfare. People really got what she was saying. Was there one thing that you could take from there, Billy?
Absolutely, there was. I mean, I always look for the answers that my problems are. So yeah, I got a lot from it. But I think the biggest thing for me was we had an amazing sort of presentation from a variety of speakers. Each one of them, works some big hours, and I think their hard work seems to be the common theme behind all of it, and their consistency in what they do.
Well, we here at Novak, we're here, our hours, you can generally find someone here 8 to 8. If there's not someone here, then we could be out seeing buyers or customers at that time. And, that's just the service we offer to people on the northern beaches. What do you think was our best sale this week, Billy?
Biggest sale, I think, was 7 at 37 Oaks Avenue.
Yeah.
A 2-bedroom, 2-bath, not far from the shops, but not down the beach end. So still great location, really convenient, nice big terrace. That sold for $1.3 million.
So $1.3 million for a 2-bedroom apartment in DY, roughly 400 metres from the beach. In 2021, possibly at the height of the market, that was a 1.4-ish sort of property.
Yeah, about 1.365.
1.365. So you can see that, we almost were able to get that price, what it would have been at the peak. Which really shows that the market's probably edging back. Often people say you don't know you've hit the bottom till you see it start coming up.
That's true.
And I think some of the unit numbers that we're selling properties, the prices that we're selling apartments for, are indicating that the bottom may have been hit and we're bouncing back up.
Yeah, and interesting to see that one actually went to an investor. Investors back into the marketplace. It had its first rental open home this weekend, the same property we're talking about, and had 3 groups through, I think.
Okay, and should be rented. We're very fortunate at Novak that we have one of the best new business agents for management. So if you've got a management, the tenant moves out, more or less anywhere in Sydney, Ileana is finding tenants for your property in 2 weeks, or it's free. She won't charge a letting fee. That's how confident she is. And
she's very, very good. Very good.
Very good. You're very good too, Billy. That 1.3 was Billy's sale. So hats off to him. That came through an inquiry, just an email inquiry. Billy then serviced that buyer, took them down, and negotiated from 1.2 to 1.3. So very, very good sale there. Happy
beautiful
vendor.
Property though.
Happy
very,
vendor.
Very, very beautiful property.
Market updates. What's the market update, Billy, you'd like to leave with the viewers, and who's normally your mum and my mum, Billy?
Well, we do have 2 groups watching live, so maybe that is mum. But the message to a small sector of the marketplace at the moment, particularly the first home buyers out there, guys, the magic I've learned this week from listening to the #1 residential mortgage broker in the country is that it's not so much the property you're buying at the moment, it's more how you're buying it and how you're financing it. That's the trick of the trade at the moment.
So just explain that a little bit, Billy.
And what I mean by that is any property you're looking at in the current market, you're fortunate it's had a bit of a price correction. There's certainly a lot of capital growth, and it's a good time to be entering the market. The only difficulty is getting the finance. So if you're in a fortunate position where you can leverage off, the position you're in, and you can get finance to buy a property, as Glenn said, don't try and time the bottom of the market, because we only know that's the bottom when it's come back up. Now is a very good time to be looking.
But I think what Billy's sort of saying is really, really important. And Lisa I'm sort of praising Lisa, but she said that as well. A 7 out of 10 for a property. That's good enough.
Yeah,
don't look for that 10. Get in at a time where there's a correction in the market. Get in at a time
rents are strong.
And get in now, you're only going to see appreciation. Yep. And you may also possibly see in 2024 interest rate drops.
True.
So you'll be, if you can get into the market now, and it's not easy. It's not easy to save a deposit. It's not easy with the repayments. Interest rates are at a high, not the highest I've seen, but definitely at a high, the highest mark we've seen for a long, long time. And, you'll be sitting around a dinner party saying, I purchased in 2023, I paid $600, and, 2 years later, the market had gone up and my interest rates had gone down. I can't believe I was that fortunate.
Yeah, that's I think the message to the first home buyers or anyone for that matter in the market at the moment.
And also too, we had a first home buyers seminar here at Novak. We run, not do we just run training for agents, which is predominantly Mark and Lisa. They're invited to go out and teach agencies what we do here at Novak. They're sought after. We also educate the consumer. We've got a first home buyers booklet. Billy, you might put a link down below. It teaches you all the terms and what to do and so on. I think there's 29 steps in that.
Yeah. So we've got a really good document.
But, we're
available.
If you can save a deposit, it's a little bits of money that help. We were calculating a couple might spend $30 a day on lunch at work, times that by 5 days, $150, times that by a year, $7,500. Okay.
Very quick maths, Glenn.
Yeah. And if you're not saving for a property, you could be saving for a holiday.
Yeah.
And a simple thing like when you cook your dinner at night, cook 2 extra portions, for the next day, and you're $7,500 richer. You're saving for a deposit for your house. You're paying your HIGGS down. You're driving a better car, all just because you brown bag it. So Steph and I will probably talk about how to save for your deposit.
Yep.
Because we've all had periods where money's tight, and we know it is. So what do you want to leave our mum and my mum and your mum with now, Billy?
Well, I think we should move on to what's happening for the rest of the weekend.
Billy, this is where you give me grey hairs. You've always got these things where you go into the city, I'll worry about you. I've already put in my order for dinner at home. We're going to have, I think we've got some sweet potato chips coming, some steak, basically a steak and salad night. My wife will be manning the barbecue when I get home about 7:45. And yourself?
I'm actually going to have a go at making some Venice stew over the weekend.
Venice?
Yeah.
Or venison?
Venison stew.
I thought you mean like stew they make in Venice.
No, some venison stew with the meat. Thank you for correcting me there.
Yeah.
That'll probably be a Sunday activity. And for tonight, it could be a night in, or it could turn into a night out, or a bit of both. But some Sunday opens as well, maybe a private.
Where do you get venison from?
Actually, someone in the office is.
Okay.
Yeah, has got some leftovers. So
Okay.
I find myself very fortunate collecting leftovers.
Yeah. One might not believe it, but Billy is not only a fantastic real estate, but an eating machine. I've never seen someone. He's quite tall, Billy. Eat what he does. Michael Silich is another fantastic eater in the office, but Billy's got him hands down. So if Billy ever sells you property and say, I'll take you out for dinner, just buy him a bottle of champagne. It'll cost you a fortune.
But have a good weekend, guys. If you've got any property related inquiries, we are business as usual for tomorrow.
Yeah, it opens tomorrow. Appraisals, rentals. Young Felix will be manning the front desk. So feel free to come in if you've got any questions. He'll get any of our 20 staff on WhatsApp
on the
instantly.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Sundays are great. I actually had an appraisal last Sunday, which fortunately converted into a new listing for the week ahead. So
well, that's going to be a really interesting one. Next week we'll talk about that. That old dilemma: cheaper to rent than buy.
Yeah.
And Billy's put some numbers through to our broker. You want to promote our broker?
Yeah, Zach from Shore Financial. He's just run some quick numbers for us, and it's amazing to see. It's almost break even renting versus buying.
Yeah. So even with high interest rates and hard to borrow money, Billy will have a property next week that if you're looking to live on the beautiful northern beaches, you'll be able to walk to the beach in about 8 minutes, walk to the beeline in 3 minutes, and it'll be the same price as paying rent. You'll be paying the bank and owning your own property.
That's it. Have a good weekend, guys, and